What up, nerds? And welcome to another honey of an episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 562, recorded on Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. Tonight, we're talking about Bugonia, which was the winner of the January poll. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Randy. What's up, man?
And I swear total resistance to you with everything I've got.
What's up, baby? Ready to talk about some shit? I don't know. What the fuck? Whatever the fuck this movie is.
I am here to talk about shit, specifically bullshit, with you for at least 2 hours. That's what we're doing. Right here.
This is... That makes us very different from every other podcast where they only talk about very serious
switching
things.
it up in the new year. You know what we like to do. Last but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got Shaboy Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy Andromedon Stains. Here to probe you, boys. Drop trial, boys.
Oh, no.
Come on now.
It's time for some probing.
I've
got things to learn.
I knew you were an Andromedon because of your narrow feet and your tiny earlobes. Dead giveaway.
Get your hand off my penis!
Exactly.
That's not where the earlobes are located. I don't know if you know that, Randy. Oh, boys. Before we get into it, before we talk honey, before we get into it, let's tackle a little bit of housekeeping real quick here. Our February poll is currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this February. The theme for February is Bodacious Babes. February is indeed Women in Horror Month, so we got 3 movies, all directed by lovely female directors, and those movies are Mona Lisa and The Blood Moon, Nightmare on Elm Street 6, Freddy's Dead, and The Ugly Stepsister.
Whoa, Bob. How are those numbers looking?
Slight change. Mona Lisa and The Blood Moon dropped a little bit, down to 6% of the vote now. The Ugly Stepsister, same. Sitting at 31% of the vote. Nightmare 6, Freddy's Dead, going up even further to 63% of the vote.
All right. Wow. You know what is one thing I learned after we made this poll? Actually, I think I just learned this like a week or so ago, that Julia Ducournau released a film last year. It's called Alpha. Did anybody see that?
Yeah, I think it was just doing the festivals last year. It's going to get a wide release, I want to say in April, something like that.
Okay. So it's not out officially. Did y'all catch it at any of the festivals y'all did?
Never did.
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. So, okay. Well, got something to look forward to there then.
Yeah, that one should be
Bodacious
dope.
Babes Part Deuce is going to be
I know. Whoa.
insane.
Alpha
Still
talking
going to be
alphas
pushing
yet
Ugly
again.
Stepsister on there. We just can't. I'm picking.
Can't stop.
I'm committing myself. My New Year's resolution is I'm picking fucking Ugly Stepsister every fucking month.
No matter what the theme of the
No matter what the
gonna be
theme
on
is.
there. And another Tim Burton highlight, and it's the Ugly Stepsister.
somehow wins that poll,
Clearly influenced by Mr. Burton's work, so I think it fits.
though. Monsieur Burton. Get those votes in before the end of the month. We'll see what we're talking about this February. Dropping minicasts every other Friday. This Friday, the 16th, we're dropping one. Your boy Bob is talking about a movie called The Damned. This one came out last January, and I just kind of, I wasn't even really sure that it was a horror movie, to be honest, based on the trailer. And then I started hearing some rumblings, popped up on Hulu. It's on Hulu right now if you want to check it out. So I would recommend it, generally speaking. I won't say much more than that, but I think it's worth a gander. And you can check out my thoughts.
Surprising.
Friday.
I watched that trailer too, and
yeah,
the movie's called The Damned. Based on that and the trailer, I was pretty convinced it was a horror.
Oh, really? Yeah, I thought it looked like just a period drama or something to me. I don't know, but yeah, it's a horror movie for sure.
All right.
Oh yes.
Speaking of Patreon, we have a brand new Patreon supporter we need to give mad shouts outs to.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh god. Oh shit.
Damn.
Damn. God, shit. A big, gigantic
Oh fuck.
shouts outs to Sits with a beer for signing up on Patreon and showing us some love. As is tradition around these here parts, we owe you the straight chilling salute. This one goes out to Sits with a beer.
Slap me in the ass.
Wow.
Hell
I wish I
yeah,
had
it's
a
been
beer
a
with me now.
while. Yeah, it's been a while since we got it's nice to slap some ass. I love it. I love it.
It's always nice to slap a little ass after a nice
Always.
sabbatical.
In the new year, it's real. I mean,
Yeah.
we did have to congratulate everybody that grabbed a U pick last week.
That's
so
true.
That's
you know,
true.
maybe not a proper slapping of the ass, but
really
just-
more of a
just
tap
as
on the
good.
fanny.
just a, hey, how you
Slight
doing?
tap, you know, a little flick the fanny, you know.
Flick,
Yeah, you got to flick the fanny sometimes.
Flick in the
that,
ass
that means something
of-
entirely different in Europe, by the way.
flick in the, yeah, that does. Yeah, that does. Maybe a little nibble on the earlobe, you know, since that's what we're talking
We're just
about.
normal men.
We're just very normal. We're very,
Very normal.
very normal. That is all we have happening over on the Patreon. Do you guys have anything you need to plug?
Not I.
I don't think that I do.
Wow.
I've
Well,
been
this
a
is a clean
lazy
house.
son of a bitch.
Well, I guess we're all plugged up.
This house is clean.
Man, I'm plugged.
Just plugged right up.
Always.
All right, let's get into the main event. We're talking about Bugonia, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
What's on the back of the box?
Bob, I saw that you had this box, another approved purchase. Tell us about it.
It's approved.
Got some bonus features on there, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
This movie's like, what, a month and a half old or some shit?
When did this come out?
That is October. Or-
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So,
I'll
Not
tell you
that
I
long
thought.
ago. Not that long ago.
Okay.
To be fair. Yeah, this is out on Blu-ray and 4K. You can pick it up physically. You can rent it. It's pretty easy to come by.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
There is a making of featurette on here. It's about 30 minutes long. But that's about it as far as bonus features are concerned. Bugonia, rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 58 minutes. This came out in 2025. Directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, who is on a tear, just cranking movies out.
boy, yeah.
Crazy.
The man can work.
This is based on a South Korean movie called Save the Green Planet. This particular screenplay was written by Will Tracy and Juice, forgive me.
Oh, should I?
Jang Ju Hwan? Jang Ju Hwan?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
Oh, Rob.
You did a good job, Bob. Probably.
Thanks.
Probably.
JNGJOON-HWAN.
Oh, Bob, please don't start.
I never stopped. This stars Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Aiden Delvis.
Tang Chun Hwan.
Thank you. It sounds so much better when you say it. Alicia
real
Silverstone is
pretty
in
mouth.
here for a little bit as well. Got Shaboy Stavros Halkias. Got to give some shouts outs, you know. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. Two conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. Gentlemen, new-ish film, obviously first-time watch, unless you guys gave it a rewatch. Would you recommend folks at home check out Bugonia? Randy, kick us off.
Yeah, I would recommend. I think Yorgos is firing on all cylinders here for the most part. I've got a lot that I want to think about with this movie with you guys because I feel like some shit I think flew right over my head maybe, but regardless, just the experience of it was a lot of fun. So recommended.
Right on. Juice, what about you?
Yeah, I absolutely would recommend people check this out. I think this is a fantastic representation of how to do, I think, of like reinterpretation well. Coming from like a foreign film, and yeah, I mean Yorgos is fucking killing it, and Emma Stone too. That duo together, Jesse Plemons is fantastic here. I think it's really. I think, Team Todd over
Team
here.
Todd.
Team Todd, right, Bob? Looks like I was right all along.
Fucking Todd is the worst.
15 some odd years later,
I know,
and I was right all along.
He
Bob.
still taunts me. Todd from Breaking Bad, that is. He's a real motherfucker.
Yes. That was our first experience with Mr. Plemons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would. And also, too, I mean, a cool thing about this, I mean, I don't know how people are presenting it, but a black comedy, or I don't know, it's a very dark film, but it's got a lot of nominations along with Sinners, like at the, Golden Globes. I don't think it actually won anything at the Golden Globes as far as I know. But I mean, it's out there getting nominated and everything. So good on that squad. But yes, check it out. You should watch this. Highlight of the year for sure. Randu, how about you? Would you recommend people check this out?
I'm so glad that my words carry so much weight with you that you want to come back to me and get my recommendation.
Oh, did you? You did. Bob, would you recommend people check this out? I'm like looking at different screens, trying to get all the information straight. I'm actually trying to
every
bring
screen
some
is a picture of me.
It's Randy. There he is.
And Randy, back to you. Would you?
And Bob, over to you.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I would recommend the shit out of this, actually. I saw it in the theater, super fun theatrical experience. And the more I kind of sit with it and think on it, just the more I like the film. It continues to grow on me. And it started, the baseline was pretty high and it just keeps growing. So yeah, I think this is definitely worth your time. So be sure to check out Bugonia. That sounds like just across the board hard recommendation from the straight.
I recommend.
Oh, it's so hard
and tight.
So tight and dick skin.
Just yeah.
It's
Check it
tighter
out.
than dick skin.
I said what I said, and you will accept that.
All right. Check out Bugonia. We're going to be spoiling the shit out of this movie, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
Boys, do you think this podcast
Ooh,
will
it's
ever
tighter than dick skin.
There it is.
there it
There
is,
you
will
go.
ever mature with our age?
What?
No.
What are
Do
you
you
even
think this
fucking
podcast
talking
will
about,
ever
bro?
mature with our age? You think?
I think this podcast is going to be what puts us in a cell one day, probably.
Damn. They don't have cells over here in Korea, Randy, so I'm good to go.
What do they have, like rock gardens? What are you doing?
Where do they stick you? Where do you go?
Prisons are just an honor system over here, you know.
It's just a nice apartment.
Come
that you
on,
can
man,
leave.
don't escape. You ruin it for everyone.
It's just a nice apartment in a kind of shady side of town. And by shady, it means there's no Starbucks around here.
Oh God!
Fuck.
True
I
hell!
know.
God!
Nescafe. What am I in fucking
Unnecessary
third world
cruelty.
right now?
All right, Bob, hit us with that plot synopsis.
All right,
I assume it's all in Korean.
strap in. Oh, it is. Let me tell you. All right,
Samnida.
here we go. Michelle Fuller is the CEO of a pharmaceutical company and is kidnapped by Teddy and his autistic cousin Dawn. Teddy's mother was previously part of a clinical trial held by Michelle's company, which resulted in her being comatose. Teddy now believes Michelle is part of a superior alien race called the Andromedons, who are killing Earth's bees and forcing humans into subservience. Teddy and Dawn keep her in the basement of Teddy's childhood home. They shave her head and cover in antihistamine cream, which actually kind of makes her look like an alien. They say she has 4 days to negotiate a meeting with her emperor before the lunar eclipse happens, which will then allow their ship to enter Earth's atmosphere undetected. While torturing Michelle via electric shock, her endurance of such high voltage proves to Teddy that she is indeed a member of the Andromedon royal family, and he invites her upstairs for dinner. They are interrupted by a local police deputy named Casey, who was also Teddy's childhood babysitter. Casey is looking for Michelle, but primarily just wants to apologize for sexually abusing him when he was a kid. Teddy distracts him by showing off his apiary in the backyard. Michelle tries to get Dawn to help her. Dawn says he wants to go to outer space with her. She promises to take him, and as she does, he shoots himself in the head. Casey hears the shot, and Teddy kills him with a shovel. Michelle convinces a frantic Teddy that a bottle of antifreeze in the back of her car is a secret cure for his mother. Teddy dislocates her kneecap so she can't escape. He takes the antifreeze and injects it into his mother's IV at the hospital, and she ends up dying. While he's gone, Michelle frees herself and uncovers a room filled with human remains and pictures of several people Teddy has killed, suspecting they're aliens. Teddy returns home, and Michelle breaks him down mentally by explaining an alternate version of human history. She says the Andromedons felt bad for causing the dinosaurs to go exist, so they created humans in their own image. As humans become more aggressive, the Andromedons spend thousands of years trying to guide them away from their flawed nature. She claims the mothership...
That's my man talk.
She claims the mothership has what is needed to save mankind and agrees to arrange a meeting for him. They go to her office where Teddy reveals he's wearing a bomb on his chest. She tells him to get in her closet as it's a portal to the ship. He does, and the bomb goes off, killing him and knocking Michelle unconscious. She wakes up in an ambulance and jumps out, runs back to her office, gets in the closet, and teleports to her mothership. She is now revealed to actually be an Andromedon and convenes with the High Council. She explains the human experiment has failed and pops a huge bubble thing, which instantly kills all humans on Earth, but the animals are good to go. We see human corpses litter the planet, and bees slowly begin returning to Teddy's apiary. Roll them credits.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
This has like quite a bit. It's been a couple years. I wanted to rewatch Save the Green Planet for this, but I ran out of time with the flight and everything. But this has a lot of things that are different, but I think it really captures the just overall feeling and premise very well. And adds new, I think the things that they change add new dynamics to it. They give it like a different kind of lens, but that still captures it. I think he just did a really good job representing this. So like one of the big differences is it's a boyfriend and girlfriend working together, not not a cousin, family. And so there's a little bit of a dynamic there of like maybe like abusive relationship or like a manipulative type of relationship in that. But I think this adds like an interesting dynamic to that. But yeah, I think it's just a really great switch up that is weirdly relevant today with how popular conspiracy theories and things
I will eat your ass.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh yeah,
because I think Save the Green Planet came out like 2003, so I mean it's pretty far removed.
I didn't realize it was that old. I mean that's not crazy.
Something like that. Yeah,
that's cool. I have not seen it yet. I definitely plan to in the near
2003.
future.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cult classic style. It's a lot more campy and like goofy and over the top, but it's still like dark and some of the things going on, and it has the same ending where ultimately they were right and the guy was an alien and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This movie, I think it's at least in part due to Ari Aster's interest in the original movie Save the Green Planet. I guess he had like some sort of bootleg of it because to my knowledge, you still can't buy it in the States. I think Arrow Video's putting it out like next month or very soon. But
I got to go on the hunt then. I got to go to the old flea market.
You don't have to. No, just at like psychically send the order to Bob and it'll be ordered in triplicate.
I'll send it to by the way, I should have announced that in housekeeping. I saw a little Bob order on
saw a little
straight chillin'.
A little Bob order. What is that? Is that his wiener?
Straight
what is
chillin'. He used the straight chillin' Gmail to order some blues. And let me go ahead and tell you, the average was not $5.
$5.50.
There she is. It was a high average on those purchases, Bob.
Anyway, Ari Aster had seen this movie and was very interested in doing a remake. And he put together, I believe, that at least the first pass of a screenplay and then showed it to like a producer friend of his. And then the producer got involved with Yorgos. I guess he gave the script to Yorgos, and who had never seen the movie, wasn't familiar with it, read the script and loved it, and then watched the movie. And I guess whatever version of that script he had in his head, he felt like it was different enough from the original that it would justify doing this type of remake. And it sounds like that follows kind of how you feel too, Juice. There's like a lot of similarities, but it's definitely not beat for beat. And it sounds like the tone is a little different too.
Yeah, definitely more comedy, I guess. But also to I love how he does incorporate the modern day. I love the flat Earth,
Right.
and how serious it looks. Though it's not played goofy, it's so like epic or whatever. I love that. Just incorporating it. It's like this another conspiracy theory that's proven true, and how unhinged the casting in this is perfect. Jesse Plemons is so fucking greasy and dirty, but trying to present himself when like that dinner scene when they're eating the spaghetti, like his back and forth between him and Stone is so amazing. She like does her crazy smile and he's like, no, why don't you say it? And she's like, no, you go ahead, say it. Why don't you say it? And I love like their back and forth. Their chemistry is really great in this, I think. And they both do a good job in their roles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally
it's pretty
agree.
incredible work, but I think this might be some of, like, for my money, Plemons' best work. Like maybe his best. I don't know. Like seeing him do this thing where he's got kind of very specific energy that is, I thought was really well like twisted in Civil War when we watched that film, but in this one it's like just kind of the perfect middle ground between his like typical just his cadence and that particular kind of character, that sort of like threatening character. He's a true believer in what he's saying, and that's what makes him dangerous. Not that he's like a malicious person necessarily.
Yeah.
He's just truly believes in the fucking insanity that he's spouting.
And the
I don't know,
situation that they
that.
build around it is kind of perfect too. I think that's a very different dynamic from what the original film was. Is this idea? These guys, they're living out together. His cousin is somehow mentally handicapped in some way, and
He's on the spectrum.
yeah, and also to just like their family situation, their money situation, his sexual abuse history, the history with his mother having this opioid addiction and like going through like the being beaten down by corporate, and like just the tragedy surrounding everything, and just like the lower income status of these people and everything, and just like how it feeds into it. It just makes it such a true it feels like it's hard because you like feel so bad for him in some ways, but at the same time it's one of those person who would legitimately give you concern on the street, even though it's like, oh, I'm trying to live a normal life, guy. Or it's a very interesting nuanced dynamic that is very true, especially like to the American experience of being kind of like isolated in this small kind of community, forgotten by society a little bit, but having enough willpower to like, take care of yourself in a limited capacity and be able to get into this kind of trouble. And then the dark turns that it takes of like finding all these dead bodies in his basement, and all of those like little turns, you're like, holy shit. Cause you're going through the whole thing, not knowing or assuming that he's fucking crazy, of course. Yeah, and this is a ridiculous conspiracy. Yeah. And so that's how the whole film plays out. And I think it's just like a thrilling kind of ride because he's always on the edge of being like so dangerous, but also presenting as like a kind of normal, rational human being, which I think there's a lot of people like that. Honestly,
that's I mean, yeah, like people. Not every person with like mental disturbances is a raving lunatic that you can spot a mile away. There are some usually just like normal people with some twisted up ideas wrapping up their reality in something that's largely a coping mechanism for something else. And that's really what this character is. And that's kind of what leads me to like sort of the big thing that I keep pondering. And I'm not sure, like, I feel like dumb as rocks because I feel like I'm not getting there somehow. I really loved this movie, the experience of it. I was watching it with a group of friends, and like we were all really enjoying it. I kept saying throughout the movie, I was like, man, I hate both of these characters so much. Like I love them, but I hate them. Like they're just too loathsome members of our own society that they just pulled into this movie, basically. But then when the ending happens and the rug pulls, I was like pretty baffled by it. I was like, it's fascinating to look at, and it's like kind of funny, but I'm not sure what message it's sending. And somebody I was watching with was like, I don't know, man. It kind of feels like they're just validating the most insane thinking that people can have. Like they're ultimately siding with him. Like, and I'm not sure how to square that exactly, because I don't think
that's where
that Yorgos is saying no, follow your instincts.
Well, I think that's where the conflict, and that's why it's like kind of fascinating that this film that is a reinterpretation of a foreign film that came out 22 years ago feels so potent in today's society, and where you have to think that, like, oh my God, is he validating the loudest, craziest people that are in the market right now that have an audience that are being supported?
Or is it at their expense? Or is
because at the time it has the same ending that the original film had that came out 22 years ago, when it was played more as a comedy. Like, haha, what? You know, the crazy guy who lives out on the mountain, the hermit on his own, was right. Oh, what a crazy twist. You would never see that coming
up until this moment. So it feels like if it's just a complete like absurdist rug pull, that would work better if they had not front loaded with so much political driven commentary. But it's like that's what the movie is up until the last 10 minutes, where you are told like that the truth is not what any sane person would ever expect to be, and that one of these characters was actually right all along. It wasn't just like two crazy people, two like a sociopath and a mentally unhinged person bouncing off each other in an insane like boundless society. Like that's what I thought the movie was the whole time, and then it just really picked a side, kind of, or at least arguably. And I don't know that I like that, if that is indeed the intention.
I had an evolution to my reaction of the ending. So like when I was in the theater and I first watched it, I like when the ending happens and Jesse Plemons explodes, all of that seems to feel like grounded, and then Emma Stone gets knocked out. Well, she gets knocked out and then wakes up in the ambulance, and I was like, okay, maybe from that moment on, the rest of the movie is actually like sort of in her head as she's knocked out unconscious and is not reality. But then I don't know, I just keep thinking about this ending, and then I realized like when I thought that, doesn't seem like anybody else like interpreted the movie that way. And I was like, well, maybe I'm just way off base here. And then I was like, well, yeah, maybe like it feels so weird for him to just totally validate these extreme conspiracy theorists, because it feels like it doesn't necessarily vibe with the rest of the movie. So I was like, well, yeah, maybe kind of like you mentioned, Randy, he's taken the piss out of the conspiracy theorists by showing like how absurd what these people believe. Like maybe even when presented in a very like straight up way, it's like it highlights the absurdity of believing in those things by treating it very real and grounded.
But it kind of does it in that way where it's like almost indistinguishable from just regular validation, in the way like it's same argument that like I brought up multiple times that tried
about like American History X.
About American History X. Yeah, exactly. Where like if you pretend like at a certain point you're play acting as something as a critique of that thing can morph into a celebration of that thing or an homage
on the
to
viewer.
But see but I think because it's crafted in such a specific way, I think it's definitely, I don't think he's validating at all.
I gotta think not, because it's so critical the rest of the time.
But also too,
this guy's a murderer. Like
he is. And also too, I think the way that they show Teddy, how Teddy is the like taking the piss out of that, because like even like what he is saying is absurd, but also too, he's clearly unhinged, and even like he can't even present himself in a basic fashion. Like it looks like he never bathes. Like he's just, like that's why I love the dinner scene so much, because he's trying so hard to present as a normal, regular person. But still, if anybody was in that situation, a normal, regular person, they would be scared or so even if he was, I love the idea of like, even if somebody were to give him the time of day to listen, he's so unhinged in his just regular life that nobody could approach him anyways. Yeah, can't bathe himself, he can't. And so like the dinner scene where he's trying to present it, he's got like the wine poured and they're eating this like spaghetti and meatballs and he can't even have a conversation with them. She picks him apart emotionally to where he just flies off the handle. And I think that's like it's like, even if he was right, which is absurd and ridiculous, but it's so driven by his hateful spite and emotion that he can't even have a basic dinner conversation without threatening somebody's life, And I think that's the way that Teddy is presented is like taking the piss out of that. It's like, even if somehow you picked this puzzle apart, you did all these things. It's like you can't even have a basic conversation. So who would believe you? Of course, it's not that your ideas are so absurd, which it is, but it's like you're such a hostile, like broken person that you can't even operate in society on a human level. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I mean that's totally true. Like every signpost in this movie is leading you to the conclusion that this is an emotionally disturbed man and dealing with a sociopathic, fucking psychotic CEO who will say and do anything she needs to get out of this predicament, and who will pick him apart and push him to his limits in order to throw the chaos that she needs into the world to escape. Like that's the story that we're being told. It's like. And he has legitimate grievances in his life, specifically towards her, honestly, and towards her company. Like that's all very legitimate. He has specific things that have happened to him that makes him a traumatized person, not just with her, but with fucking Stavros's character, like which was completely out of left field. It felt like, but like he is being presented this way the whole time, which is why seeing like. I don't know. Like I also, Rob, to your point earlier, like I also dallied with the idea of like, is this in somebody's head? Is this, or have we detached from realistic storytelling and gone into like subjective storytelling? I thought it might have happened with Jesse Plemons when he went into the like, when his mom died, maybe even. I thought it was like, is the rest of the like, because she starts like monologuing about like, about like the Andromedons or whatever, and this dinosaurs and saying the most insane shit possible. And I'm like, okay, well, she's clearly either playing him or this is what he wants to hear in the most devastating emotional moment of his life. Yeah. Like of an already troubled life. So I don't know, man. But I don't think there's a whole lot that substantiates that from. It's just me grasping about trying to figure out why this movie is doing the thing that it's doing. Which
but it's
is
also creating the society that that creates those kind of people, as you said. Like he has legitimate, in some ways you almost like want to take his side, even when you think he's crazy. Like the way that they treated his mother.
It's aliens that have done this to us, or aliens that have caused, or like no, that's a true thing. That is what that is magical thinking. People, and that is what creates conspiracy theorists.
Sure.
People see a problem in the world, be it theirs or somebody else's, usually theirs, and they want to ascribe it to something besides the chaos of humanity and the world. Like happenstance, but they're like they need there to be puppet masters because that's less frightening than the idea that we are just bouncing off each other like fucking chaos.
Emma Stone at the dinner scene, says exactly that. She's like, "You don't know that I'm an alien. You need me to be an alien because that's the easy answer for your situation. You can blame everything on me." Which, there's a lot of people in the world that are going that route. I think but
it's true too when it is hard to accept, like as a society though, like going back to the grievances he has with the mother situation. It's like, but it is hard to accept, not from a conspiracy theory point, but it's hard to accept that we live in a society where such a large portion of the people are, let's say, addicted or dying because of an opioid crisis. And what was that caused by? And like the driving factor of essentially what is unchecked capitalism that just drives society into the ground and exploits the weakest or even the most regular of people for the sake of these people at the top. That is hard to accept, because if you're just a regular person, then you essentially your life is worth nothing to the people who run things. And that is really hard to accept. That sucks. Yeah. That's a terrible reality. And that's the reality he lives in, an even worse reality where the person who abused him is an authority figure as well. And so the whole system around him, the whole society that he lives in, he can't win. That is hard to accept as a regular person, that the world, the society that you live in is garbage and it's terrible. And you have to create this fucking fantasy to cope.
Well, that's the thing, is like, you don't
with it.
You don't. Many people like.
Well, no, you don't. Yes,
you don't have to do that.
No,
that is a byproduct of.
You should.
You have to
not.
Don't do that.
You heard it here from Straight Chilling.
Now, I've got a new pitch for you here.
I got something I need to sell that will really save your life here. So stick around till the end of the show.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see the aliens.
Save humanity. No, but like that's the thing, is like you don't have to do that. That is also one of the many failings of the human condition, that like the same human condition that got him there, pushed him to those traumatic points where he has this mental break, is causing that to other people. His fucking cousin dies because of his psychosis, not because of anything he did or because of anything any character flaw of his own. He's not. He tries to talk his cousin out of it. He's just not strong-willed enough, and he's mentally disabled in some capacity. And so he has to he's being led by the nose down this horrible path. And when he finally realizes that, that's when the trauma takes hold of him. He ends up getting his cousin killed. He ends up directly killing his mother because of what he wants to believe, not because of what is true. And so I yes to all of that, but also this is, I think it takes a little bit more than just, boy, the world's pretty screwed up to get to that point. It also takes a direct harm to you in some way, a direct sort of trauma. And everybody has some level of trauma in their lives, even if it seems mediocre by comparison to others, because Lord knows there's degrees. But your worst trauma is still your worst trauma. And there can be things that throw all of those feelings towards a need and puts all of your problems start to orbit around an idea that explains them. Whether or not it is true or not, it needs to be true, as she said, as you said. And so but doing that pushes you and the people in your personal orbit further down that pipeline in some way or another, because you're causing harm on other people. So it's the same condition that got him there is the condition that he is spreading, is what I'm trying to say.
That's a good point, because he pretty much mirrors her in that, he's the lowest of society, but even he is over his cousin, let's say.
Yeah, he's
and he completely abuses him. He manipulates and abuses him when they're having dinner. He's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" He's like, "Not now, Don." He just totally puts him down, treats him like shit.
Towards the beginning of the movie, the chemical castration scene is so hard to watch, man. When his
terrible.
His cousin's like, "I kind of wanted to be with someone someday," and you're like your heart's breaking for this guy. It's so hard to watch, man. It's tough.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's tough.
And that's the thing about this movie, is that it balances this absurdist kind of comedy where it's so ridiculous with moments like that. That was a really hard scene. And when the mom dies, damn, dude, that's such a harsh moment. But then they play it up. He's racing on his bicycle. He looks fucking ridiculous. He's covered in blood, and the music is pounding. And it's just, there are these moments that just completely make your heart sink. When she finds the dead bodies, when there's a fucking head in a jar in his basement and shit. When the cousin motherfucker. When the cousin shoots himself, damn, when he's, the cousin is the great balance of really bringing out some of these really, really harsh moments.
The torture scene where they put 400 volts through Emma Stone's head is really, and then he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Wow, you could really take a lot. I guess let's go have some sketty now. Jesus Christ, man. It's fucking crazy.
So all of that to say, like that, all of that going towards the ending that we got, it just, I want to understand why that decision was made. I just want to understand that.
Another like more nihilistic, I think, interpretation that you could have of the ending of this movie, where like the whole movie itself, basically what we're getting at, the whole movie up until the very end, it's like this very like morose, horrific snapshot of just like present day life. And like the end happens, and I guess you could almost take the ending as like Yorgos saying like, I don't fucking know what's going to happen, but somebody needs to burn it all down. Fuck it. Why not aliens? Just get rid of all of us and let the bees come back, and the planet can heal or whatever.
Well, within the realm of conspiracy theories, I mean, that's like a common thing. There are people out there who legitimately will say, you have all these ideas and this is happening. Ooh, this comet's flying by and stuff. And people legit just kind of like break down and be like, I wish someone would show up and change things. Like things are so bad.
Doomsday cults are built around this.
Doomsday cults. It's so terrible that like some higher power, some higher being needs to come and change things, even if it's necessarily for the worse, because I think people feel so detached from each other in a way. It's like, why would you want things to get worse, like for everybody? And it's also kind of goes back to like the Watchmen idea or whatever. It's like, oh, well, when there's a common enemy or common threat, at least like we can come together to unify. I think people feel so isolated as well that it almost feels more beneficial to have this singular crisis that everyone can focus on together and come together than what we live in now, where everyone is fighting each other. And it's thrilling to be on the vanguard
of discovering the truth, or whatever that truth may or may not be.
I know what's really
it gives purpose to you as an individual, while also making a blanket statement about why the world is the way it is and has treated you specifically and the rest of the world the way it does. Why the world is fractured, why people are at each other's throats for one reason. Like all of those things are explained by one thing, and that is just like, it's very appealing. It's a very appealing way to think of the problems of the world. And I don't know, like when it ends with like them literally popping the fucking dome on
the atmosphere is actually like disintegrating the atmosphere. And
it's very clear, like colony don't collapse. Like let's talk about like the theme of bees and hives. Like what is like, so like there's all this discussion.
I wanted
about
to read this. So Bugonia, Bugonia, the name refers to an ancient Greek myth and practice where bees were believed to spontaneously generate from the carcass of a sacrificed ox, symbolizing death, giving rise to new life, often used metaphorically for rebirth or renewal from corruption. Oh. So that's why the dinner scene, like, too, is like really popular, because like Teddy keeps the bees too. And again, the kind of like mirroring aspect of it, where it's like to the bees, Teddy is kind of like the alien, right? Like he controls the colony and
reaps all the benefits.
He reaps all the benefits, and he speaks of them in the same way that she speaks on society, and the way that she, as a CEO and company, also kind of represent the idea where when she speaks about it, Teddy becomes very resentful, because then he's like, oh, well, you're mocking me. You're talking down to me. I'm your bee. But they have the same idea. They operate in the same way. It's like when Teddy has power, he operates in the similar kind of way that she does, but he resents her because he's lower on the totem pole, right? And so it's just I think this kind of representation.
It's just I don't know. It's like yes, I see that. I just don't know what it all works to exactly. You know what I mean? Like what that says.
Burn it all down.
Like, is that what it was? Because like, I don't know. Like the other thing about that is like, I find a huge disconnect between like a colony of bees and humanity. And that's the comparison being made. Like a colony of bees is built on literal hive mind. Like that is what it is, working towards a queen or whatever. And the aliens in this story are basically doing that by coercion and by manipulation. But that's not necessarily the truth of bees. They're hardwired that way. That is how they would survive even if no human had they'd never seen a human. So like, I don't know. Like, I'm not like, and the problem that is being pointed out through the majority of this movie, to me, one of them is like individuals with their individual problems causing harm on each other that compounds into bigger and bigger issues that cascades across all of humanity. Like, that's like Jesse Plemons' character being abused and his mom being a guinea pig for a rich person. Like, all those things are compounding on him, and that compounds onto other people, as I pointed out earlier. So like, I feel like there's a disconnect there where like no one bee is going around causing harm to the other bees in the hive because of his emotional trauma. That's just not something that exists. So I don't know if it's like, and I just don't know, man. I spin out trying to think this through.
I mean, so her being Emma Stone being the queen in this situation, she wants humans to perform more like bees, where it is a hive mind and they just produce your honey and don't act out no matter what. Yeah, so they're we're not conforming exactly, but I don't know if
destroy
that's
the colony themselves.
I don't know if that's the driving point of this movie though. Like, it's just another layer. I don't when the
title
movie,
and it's the theme.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big component.
And she's and on the thing, she's covered in honey.
Yeah, so
she's covered in honey, and like even the way that they dress in the hive or whatever is kind of hivey.
I think the themes of this movie might have more to do with the Greek meaning of the word than it has to do with like bees themselves. I mean, obviously it's all worked into this, but that idea you said, Juice, where it's a sort of like a sort of rebirth after
a renewal from corruption.
Yeah, a renewal from corruption. Maybe that's the central message here. Burn down the corrupted.
Well, kind of like the thing that's corrupting them is not themselves. It's an alien in the situation. The thing that at least partially. Yes, the human beings bounce off each other because we've got Stavros' character, but we've got Michelle. Michelle is both the beekeeper in that scenario and also the one who directly caused his mother to be in the situation that she's in, and then it directly causes her to die by way of him, manipulates him to kill her. So she, like, it's not even like the corruption is coming from the beekeeper in that situation. I don't know.
Also too, but in that, like, kind of part of the point as well is like, whether she was an alien or not, she is still like the cause of it. Whether if it just played out where she's the CEO, well, yeah, it would still kind of be the same feeling, right? It would still be the same. She's destroying humanity for profit.
Like she is not the one. Like in the
one,
final
but
scenario,
it still has the same kind of.
Ultimately, she will have caused the same harm. It just would be for different reasons and with a different level of influence.
Yes.
Although not that different, if we're being honest. And that's kind of what I liked about it too. Is like, I don't know, I love it and I don't hate it. I was going to say I love it and I hate it, but that's not even true. I really love it. I just like to turn it over in my hands and think about it and inspect it a little bit. And I really wish I could find something more satisfying than just like than what it seems like, which is like, yeah, you know, like all these problems in the world, they can probably be explained by some bullshit. We might as well just kill ourselves now because this fucking thing is spinning out and who can stop it?
Well, nobody. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think one of the reasons it feels bleak is because, again, and you know, I kind of feel this in some aspect too. Not to. Like removed, like we're an audience removed and we're like looking at this aspect. And so you're like, oh, well, Jesse Plemons is definitely not a protagonist. Like he's not someone you necessarily want to associate with because he's fucking crazy.
Well, he's not a hero. He is.
You don't want, but you don't want to associate with Emma Stone either in a kind of way. Right. And in some way, I guess you could say, well, yeah, I mean, if Jesse Plemons represents humanity, then I guess I side more with him because yes, he is downtrodden ultimately. But the point is like there is enough blame, right? Like there's a critique for for both of these sides, essentially. Like he's right, but he is creating his own problems through the way he operates and the way he abuses his own cousin and stuff like that. And so I think that is not necessarily like, oh, we just gotta like burn it all down. It's not. It's just. It's almost this like. It's almost this like there is no hero, right? And it's almost like if Jesse Plemons were able to recognize his own flaws or the things that he is using to abuse others or scare other people away, well, then maybe he could have saved humanity.
I mean, I'm just like, ultimately, I guess, I don't know. I'm not sure, man. Cause like, to me, it's like, yes, all of those things for the most part are true. Yeah. Like clearly there's like, these are both extremely flawed characters, no matter what the final outcome was. These are flawed fucking characters in big, big ways that speak to the flaws of humankind and certainly in America. But I don't think you need it to turn out the way that it did for that to be true. That was true up until that moment. That's the ending is what's actually casting a little doubt on that.
So how do you think it should have ended?
I don't know. Like, and that's the thing is like I didn't really know where it was going. I thought it would ultimately end just tragically for Jesse, and my guess was that it would be he blew up and he becomes a punchline, not completely undeservedly, but like becomes kind of a punchline, and then nobody Michelle becomes even more of a status figure because she's a hero now that survived in like. Well,
also that's what you expect throughout the whole film, right? That's what you assume throughout the whole film.
That's what
he's crazy, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
doesn't
but
leave
that doesn't
as much
mean it's
of
a
an
bad
impact.
choice.
Yeah,
no, and like it is a shocking ending. But like subversion isn't always like good just for its own sake.
Sure.
So I mean, like that's what I'm saying is like I could deal with some subversion, and I don't necessarily hate this ending, but I do think that it casts doubt on everything that preceded it, which is a shame because I felt like what was said up till that point was pretty valuable shit, and I don't want to let that shit go because it speaks more to my lived reality than the ending in the movie does, which seems well past my reality into someone's fantasy land. I don't necessarily want to indulge the psychotic fantasies that got this, autistic kid to shoot himself or got this kid to kill his own mother. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like it just, that's the thing that I can't quite find. I can't quite unlock the code on that myself. I haven't yet. And I still think that it's like very evocative enough, and the rest of the movie is so strong, and the like characterizations are so strong, and the absurdity of the end is so interesting that like I still love this movie, regardless. Like as a piece of art, I think it's really fucking interesting and was actually really fun, like despite all of the bleakness of it. But it's just kind of like I feel like it's a Pandora's box. I can't quite really I can't really solve the Rubik's Cube.
It's
here.
definitely open for interpretation. You can make of it whatever you want to, really. And I think that's I watched this one more time before reviewing it with you guys, and I think like I just keep pulling more threads and finding more interesting ways to sort of go about interpreting the ending. And also on a second watch, like you knowing how things are going to end up, watching Emma Stone's performance specifically, you can almost kind of see her like flipping back and forth in her mind, thinking like, oh fuck, he's really on to me, but then like going back out of it real quick to not like give herself away. There's like some little nuanced like things she does with her face that are just really,
that's the thing,
kind of amazing.
I was noticing that too, and I only watched it the once, but I was noticing to my mind it was like, this is the movie, not the movie necessarily leading us astray, but it's we're putting ourselves in Jesse's position, and like, what is he thinking about her answer here? Mm-hmm. Or at least that's what I was thinking. It was like, what does Jesse Plemons think about her answer? And you watch her think and like say things or whatever throughout this before she does the big reveal or whatever, and it's if you're looking for it, it's faces in the fire. Like you're looking for it, and so it's there. Mm-hmm. But then it turns out to be fucking true that there was a face in the goddamn fire. So, I don't know. It's fascinating to think about. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't know how this was going to end, but having seen the first one, I assumed that it probably would end in the same way. So even just watching it the one time, I was like going through the whole time, and that's why like Emma Stone's performance like was so good. I like her. That smile at the dinner table is like so fantastic. But also too, just other things I love about this movie are like the designs, like them shaving her head and like you said, putting the cream on. It's so fucking unhinged. But the dialogues,
gray.
Yeah, the dialogues too are like, you know, some lines in here. One of them, Teddy says, 99% of what's called activism is really personal exhibitionism and brand maintenance in disguise. Like there's like so many fun, potent, like jab lines. And when she attacks him or when he attacks her at the thing, but then she just starts whooping his ass and she says, "You can't beat me because you are a loser and I'm a winner, and that's fucking life." Like that just
fucking brutal, man. Beat the shit out of him too.
I'll tell you, man. Yeah.
The cinematography is
sorry.
something that I've really picked up on too, specifically in the beginning where you see Emma Stone sort of in her habitat, and they make her like everything, she's like her house, her office, her car, they make it all feel very alien with these kind of like weird angles, and there's a lot of straight lines. And when she's, they go as far as to like when she's in her car and she's driving down the road, it has this like almost UFO like low humming noise that it makes. Like little touches like that I thought were really incredible. And then juxtapose that to like whenever you're in the house with Jesse Plemons and it's just like chaotic, like full of just shit everywhere, and it totally lacks that sense of like cleanliness or like order. It's just
the juxtaposition is crazy. Yeah,
that's a good point, Bob, though, because you should feel more comfortable in the human environment, right? But it still feels hostile. That's like a perfect representation of these characters where it's like something's off about her and feels alien, even though it's like the luxury and the things that people tend to maybe aspire to. But then you go over to Jesse Plemons' house and it should feel more down homey and relatable, but it feels hostile and dangerous too. That's a perfect representation. Yeah, that's great.
It is true. Like I don't know, like one of the I did want to say that one of the things that really resonated for me about Jesse Plemons, like one of the lines was when he was talking about his explorations, you know, I mean, his research or whatever that he's done. And he's like, you know, I went to the all-you-can-eat buffet and I got everything they had to offer, and none of it worked. You know, I tried far left, I tried far right, I tried this, I tried that. And none of it really gave me, all of it felt performative. And I was like, there's some like real fucking shit coming out of this dude's mouth right now. Like this is like, I've interacted with people who have entertained all of the most insane options that are available to them just to make sense of the world until they landed on one of them that just became the worldview. It just resonated enough to where it's like, okay, full bore, can't go back because I will not go back to casting about. My ego cannot take that. And that is a huge distillation of a lot of America's fractured identity and stuff, and humanities in general.
Well, I think that's an interesting perspective now, too, even from the idea that this was made as a Korean movie first. But I feel like when I watch that movie and the way that it's presented, it is a lot more comedic because the situation seems a lot more obscure. This guy living out in the woods. And we've talked a lot about this before, whereas like Korean society, it's more about keeping the harmony. And so everyone kind of like goes along as a community with what's normal. And so having this kind of crackpot out in the woods is like, oh yeah, that's the weirdo guy. That's what we don't aspire to. Whereas like this, it's like, man, when it's almost like, again, the two opposite ends of what she represents, but then of what he represents is like, oh, in the society where it's aspired to or promoted is like ultimate freedom, ultimate individualism. Find exactly what resonates for you, what's special for you.
Yeah.
And Jesse Plemons doesn't seem like such an like
outlier.
an individual case. He feels like someone, like he feels like probably thousands of people you can find in any given, like even small town across America. And that is
millions.
Scary. Yeah, very scary within
the
itself.
Thing is, like, this is like
burn it down.
Magical thinking. You need people like look for magical thinking or whatever. Like whatever answer works for them. And now, because the internet is what it is, those people all find each other. They promote each other. They promote themselves, and then they reach like broader audiences. And people's like what they might have found entirely on their own before the internet or whatever is then gets like glommed on. That's why like so many conspiracies are wrapped up in each other. So many of these conspiracy theories are wrapped up in each other because the people that believe A are willing to entertain B, willing to entertain C, and it just like becomes this cascade of things. So I don't know. Like I just feel like there's something really, really true. I think anybody is capable of falling down one of those pipelines. Nobody is immune to I don't know, being misled or allowing their internal impulses or gut instincts to lead them down a horrible path, even if it doesn't lead to catastrophic results like it does for Jesse Plemons. There's a lot of people that think some really horrible and crazy shit, and you know, like nobody is immune to that. That's what's scary, and that's the human condition. That is the thing that that is the thing that actually connects us as much as it divides us. Is that ability to falter.
That's a good point about like why the ending feels so potent as well, though, too, because it almost attacks, you know, your belief system in a way, right? Like, no, of course, Jesse Plemons is crazy. But, you know, when you feel betrayed by something, it's hard to accept the complete opposite of what your worldview is, or what people in authority have told you, or the way that the world works, or the way is a complete lie, or a way to use to manipulate you in order for you to stay in line, or like that's a really hard thing to accept. And when you do, it's just complete bitterness and betrayal, and leads you probably down a more dangerous path. So, I mean, I think that that's a way that this ending is working in a really well way as well.
Out of context, this is out of context, but one of my favorite lines from a band called the JJ, which I'm sure I'd brought up before because I love it, is that we're all one or two bad decisions away from becoming the people that we fear and we pity. And I think that's the Joker, so fucking true. I'm the Joker, baby.
So you're saying it at the end of this movie, we're all getting Jesse Plemons, basically.
I mean, and I don't know if this movie is advocating for that or just saying this is where we're headed, watch out, or like, there's ways to look at this, and then there's other ways to look at this, and then there's a fucking 100 other ways to look at this. And I think it's vexing as it is interesting.
I think what we learned is there's a lot of ways to look at this, but also we got to land that fucking plane. I know we could keep going, but I don't know if we're ever going to come to exactly one way to read this.
No, we're going to
movie.
Solve this.
Yeah.
Let's call my boy
Put
Yorgos.
On the Put the kettle on.
Come solve this for us.
Explain your work. Let's go ahead and rate this bad boy out of 5. Rand Diesel, kick us off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not breaking new ground by saying what I always say when it comes to movies that elicit like more in-depth conversations. I love that in a movie, and this movie is like, from the jump I knew this movie was going to be that. From like minute 5 I was like, okay, we're in. I did not know what this movie was about when I started it. I had not seen the trailer, or no, I did see the trailer like moments beforehand when we were deciding what movie to watch. We watched a few different trailers, but I had heard good things. I love these actors or whatever. It was really, really great, and in a craft perspective, and in terms of what it is saying, and how like I struggle with what it is, like what its big central thesis is. All of the like bits and all of the baubles are so fucking delicious and interesting and fucking rich. I don't know, man. I really love this movie. I look forward to getting some distance from it and like continuing to think about it, and then watching it again in like 6 months, a year, whatever, and trying to see if it something new pops out at me that I wasn't really thinking about. And that's not always true with these thinker movies. You know what I mean? The other component of it that makes that possible is that it's just fucking enjoyable. There's some silliness to this. There's some like we've got fucking Stavros in this fucking movie. He may be a goddamn monster within the context of the movie, but it's still like fucking Stavros is here fucking playing a cop. I don't know. I watched him do I watched him like talk about it on stage at like Comic-Con or one of those fucking things. I don't know, somewhere, Variety Fest or some shit. Whatever, if that's even a thing. And he was like just taking the piss out of him. So I was like, yeah, I didn't really prepare. I just went up there and did shit. like whatever. And it's like, yeah, I could kind of feel that stuff. You just kind of did your shit. I don't know. That's aside. I really like this movie a lot. I think that I don't have a whole lot negative to say about it, except that the ending vexes me and it leaves me feeling like I don't have it pinned down or don't have like, I don't feel like I have every intention of the filmmaker under my radar here. So maybe that's not such a bad thing, but I feel some of the things I like about it, I feel like are maybe a little undercut by that ending. So that is what leads me to give it a 4.5 rather than a 5. Yeah.
All right.
I'll leave it at that.
4.5 from Rand Diesel. Juice, how do you feel?
Yeah, this is a highlight for the year for me. This is a great film, a great adaptation. I think it's, there's a lot of things to love about the original, but I think this kind of surpasses it for me. And I think it just does come from that place of that it feels more relevant to the life and society that I live in or know or familiar with. And I think he did a good job representing that. The acting here is fantastic. The overall just like design of just the choices of the way Plemons looks and handles himself. And changing it to having his cousin and being on the spectrum and just like all these like little changes that just add so much nuance and depth. Fucking this and Poor Things are some of like my favorite movies to come out in the past 5 years. Like I did watch that other one. I wasn't as crazy about it.
Kinds of Kindness.
Yeah. I actually should probably watch it again. And then I haven't seen I still haven't seen The Lobster. So, but overall, I'm really impressed with him as a director. I love him and Emma Stone working together because they're getting like a lot of great stuff out of it. And yeah, the ending doesn't really bother me. I like how incorporating these other kinds of ideas of conspiracy theories, like having the flat earth in there, like ultimately is like the taking the piss out of it for me, because it's just like the fact that has become such a prominent idea in today's society and including that in this movie, like I just have to assume it's just completely like taking the piss out of these people, because like not only are these like aliens real, but like the earth is flat and the atmosphere is a bubble that she pops, like it's just so absurdist.
Emma Stone standing right next to the flat earth looks fucking absurd. Like, yeah, it is. It's great.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that they handle it really well. I think it's quite potent and the performances just back it up. I love their chemistry, their back and forth, the hostility between them. It's just great. It's really great. And then mixed in with those like sinking fucking moments, the mom dying, the cousin shooting himself, the shot at the very beginning, even just like setting up those types of beats. It just makes this movie hit really hard, but I'm going to give it a little room to grow, but I do really like it. But I'm going to echo Randy and also give it a 4.5. Bob, out of 5, where are you going to rate this one? Actually, Randy, I forgot. We need to get Randy.
Yeah, Randy, what do you think? What do you think, man?
Randy, come on. You've been quiet for a long time. Why don't you go ahead and give us your thoughts?
It's time for me to lay it down.
Bob, shut up for a second and let Randy speak. Now, Bob, out of 5.
Yeah, we're generally on the same page here. A couple things actually we didn't mention. I think the score in this is fucking fantastic, specifically in the moments where Jesse Plemons is sort of, raging around. It's this like crazy bombastic, like it almost has this like marching tempo to it. I love how it sounds. Really works well for me. Also, there's a lot of, maybe not a lot, there's at least a handful of like pretty comedic beats in this. Like it is a black comedy, but there is still some comedy in this. The moment where they're actually kidnapping Emma Stone and they're wearing Jennifer Aniston masks. It's like this horrific moment where they're chasing this woman around the backyard, like, but they're wearing fucking Jennifer Aniston masks. It's like, I don't know. There's some moments that are just fucking funny, and that was one that really worked for me. Apparently, Yorgos is a big fan of Friends and asked if they could use her face for the masks in this. And Jennifer Aniston apparently is also like half Greek, which I didn't realize that. So she was down with it. She's like, absolutely, go for it. So yeah,
hey, you're Greek, I'm Greek. Yeah.
Apparently that's why he called Stavros. He was another famous Greek dude. Just gave him a call because he's obviously like not at the same acting level as anyone else in this movie. Let's be honest.
He's never acted. He says.
I've got a little bit of Greek in me as well.
Oh wait, no, that's not true because he did.
Yorgos.
He's been in movies and at least
maybe
one
I
show that I know of.
No, that's true. I had forgotten that.
He's been in shit. This movie, I think. It touches on so many things and it still feels so pointed. It obviously, I think there's a bit of a climate change message here, but then like they touch on the internet echo chambers, conspiracy theorists, flat earthers, big pharma, opioid addiction, sexual abuse, Teddy dabbling in like alt-right and other like extreme shit, just like searching for a purpose to make sense of everything. I think you could even throw religion into it. It's just got a lot going on with it, and I think even upon further rewatches, it's just going to be even more and more rewarding to pull stuff out of this. It's great. I'm leaving room to grow as well because I just I can't wrap my mind around it. And maybe that's the point. You're supposed to just meditate on this thing for a while. So I'm going to come in with a 4 even with some room to grow. Really good shit.
Wow. A lot of room to grow.
A whole point. That's going to put our aggregate at a 4.3 for Bugonia. Let's go ahead and jump into our Rotten Tomatoes segment and see what the critics and users have to say.
Certified fresh to death.
All right, gents. Welcome to the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I'm going to have these two gentlemen guess within the best of their abilities what the aggregate positive score is for Bugonia on RottenTomatoes.com. Starting as we always do with the tomatometer or the critics, and then moving on to the poopometer or the verified users. That tomatometer has 322 reviews on it. 322. I'm going to start with Bob tonight. Bob, what do you think those 322 reviewers thought of this film? What percentage were positive?
I could see this being a bit of a critical darling. It's a little artsy. It's a little fartsy, I could see critics getting behind this one pretty good. So I think it'll be high. Let me get The Boys 86 project, please.
One last disguise.
All right. 86 from Bob and The Boys. Soju, what about you? Coming in over, under?
Ooh, that's a good guess, Bob. This is getting nominated for all kinds of awards, so I assume the critics think pretty highly of this. That's kind of the tipping point right there, though. But I'll go scotch higher. I'll take 88.
88. Okay. Trying to hit that tie, I see.
Yep, trying.
86 from Bob, 88 from Juice. Well, I'm sad to say that no. There will be no tie because there's instead a dead-on hit with this motherfucker.
Whoa.
At 88%. Soju's walking with us.
You stole me. You stole it away. The boys are coming for you. They're pissed.
The boys are here to play.
The boys never let me down, Bob. They gave me the win. That's a elite.
Fuck you.
Gotta learn how to say hell yeet in Greek.
Yeah. You let me know, man.
I can. Yeah. Someone do that homework for us. Let's move over to the user ratings, the poopometer. We'll start with Soju, fresh off the heels of your dead-on hit. What do you think that the 1,000+ verified ratings rated this film, Bugonia?
I think it's
positive.
going to drop a scotch. I think it's going to drop a scotch because the people aren't as elevated as the critics.
Oh, yes. They don't have access to the kinds of drugs we do.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think it's still going to be pretty positive. I'm going to say 80.
80, okay. Bob, how about you? Where are you at with it?
Yes, I think it's going to be pretty high still. But yeah, it's a weird one. You know, it's weird. Not everybody likes going to the movies and seeing an ending like this. It's fucking weird and goofy and out of left field. And you're like, what? That dude's head launched off and knocked Emma Stone clean the fuck out. What?
I'm very disappointed in you.
I got to imagine the flat earthers, though, fucking like it quite a bit. So
It finally a movie for us.
I feel seen. Yes.
They understand me.
It's the-
Your ghost.
Finally,
Lanthimos.
our American History X.
Oh, God.
I'm going Greek. I think I'm gonna go. Just what did you say? 80? Is that?
Yes.
I was taking 83.
83. Okay, yeah, no chance of a tie there anyway, I guess. But it doesn't fall between. It's damn close to another ringy dingy though.
Ring-a-ding, oh.
1 percentage point away from the correct answer. That correct answer being 84%. Bob's going to split the take here tonight.
Yes,
Damn.
victory is mine.
I
Also-
can't take losing.
Hell ski.
I won't deal with it. The
You're a
aliens have done
loser.
this to me.
I'm a
This is a
winner.
conspiracy against me.
That's fucking life.
I knew it.
And I swear total resistance to you with everything I've got.
Oh, God. We might get sued for those. We need to be careful.
All right. Critics' consensus reads as follows. Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons are at the top of their game in Bugonia, a bonkers entertainment that applies director Yorgos Lanthimos' whip-smart method to modern
Yanthos.
society's
Yanthos.
madness. Lanthimos. Yorgos Lanthimos. Yorgos. There we go. And the audience says, ooh, here we go. The audience says, wildly audacious Bugonia may be the bleakest film yet in Yorgos' filmography, sure to satiate fans of peculiar, deranged, and pessimistic satire.
Didn't he make Killing of a Sacred Deer, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just
Damn.
thinking that.
Made some weird
Y'all need to
shit.
go back in the back catalog.
That's another one we need to cover. I haven't seen Dogtooth either. Damn, I need to go. I remember us talking about that with
Yorgos
Franklin. Yeah, we need to do maybe a Yorgos poll.
Well,
Yorgos poll.
at least one of those is an A24 joint, so that might work out.
They probably all are. I think Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer is.
Yeah. I think you're right, actually.
Maybe Dogtooth as well. I don't know.
No,
All right, I'm going to read a negative review for the funsies, and then we're going to move on. 2.5 out of 5. That point may be that human beings are intolerable, insignificant, and unnecessary. I guess I prefer my misanthropy more clever and less insincere.
Oh, I guess
Someone needs
I'm
a
too
cuddle.
elevated. for
I
this
need something
film.
more clever. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get anything.
Oh.
I'm stupid. Let's go. All right. Bob, how's that
All right.
trivia looking?
Yeah, we pretty much went over most of it as we were just talking through the movies. So let's go ahead and get into our Cooter of the week.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the
Juice, what is a Cooter and why do we hunt them?
Oh, Cooter's a character type and a straight chillin' exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a Cooter. A Cooter. But we want the Cooter with the most.
You're like doing the bumps with your voice.
The
5 points of cooterdom are sexual deviancy,
Either that or
manipulation.
Duff Man, I don't
Smug,
know.
definitely
Fucking
Duff
Duff Man. Yeah.
Smug arrogance, overall looking attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, has everyone here just a cooter? Is it just everyone?
Everybody but Don, I think.
Yeah, I
Don
guess so.
is the voice of
Poor
reason.
Don.
Yeah,
like-
100%.
Michelle, Teddy,
There's
The
four
cop,
main
let's start with the
characters.
cop. Let's start with the
yeah,
cop.
yeah.
So sexual deviant, yeah.
I refuse to believe that Stavros is a cooter. No, sir.
Manipulation. I think so. Yeah, like
Yes.
it
Yeah,
seems like
yeah,
he's
yeah,
using
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For
I don't
sure.
need to justify it. Yeah,
I think he literally does feel bad. I think that's the vibe we're getting. He does feel bad about what he's done, but he's still trying to get off scot free. He's not.
yeah, the
doing
way he
anything.
treats it. Yeah. Oh, you know, man.
Yeah,
Even
no,
he's
I
like,
gotta-
I
I
don't
never
know,
did
man.
that
It's just
again,
kind of like
you
a
know.
power thing or something.
You know,
It's
it's
like,
just a power. It's like well, that's. I mean,
Yeah.
a little big of you to admit it doesn't do shit for me.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
such a
you.
wild, So okay, manipulation, sexual deviancy, smug arrogance.
I think it takes some to do,
Yeah.
that. I don't think we necessarily. I don't think we ever see him in the throes of that power
Yeah,
thing. But that
I guess
power
so.
thing that he describes, yes.
And now that he's the cop, I love that. Like he's. Oh, I
Yeah.
guess it's like a power thing. He's the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just
I guess I just wanted
found
to have a lot of power.
Another way to
I don't know.
channel
I
that.
just
Figure
guess I
out
love
what-
power.
I guess I should, like. Nah, man,
God.
this movie really breaks society down for parts.
Looking at Tyre, you got the stash.
Sure, I don't know. Like he's just cop gear,
Copping it. He's just copping it.
copping it. He,
And then overall patheticness. I would say,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
top tier
yeah.
patheticness.
So it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
At least 4. Let's move on over to my boy Teddy. How's Teddy looking?
Greasy. That's how he's
Manipulation.
Yeah.
He manipulates Don a lot. And
Yeah,
smug
that's
arrogance.
fucked up.
He's like he thinks
He-
so highly of
Oh,
himself.
Streisand effect hard.
Overall patheticness, he gets talked into killing his mother, which is terrible, but very
Yes.
pathetic.
Yes.
He's
Looking
just
at.
pathetic
Did we did look at
anyways.
attire? Yeah, he's just a sweaty
looking
boy.
at Tyre,
Yeah,
he's-
he's a
Dude needs a shower.
he's a greasy
Someone
strangler.
needs a shower.
One thing we didn't mention, there's like 2 flashback scenes. They're in black and white. Well, they started as like flashbacks, and then like dream-like shit happened. So there might be dreams. I don't really know what they are exactly.
Yeah.
But one of them, his mom is in the bathtub, and she says some real fucked up shit to him. I'm wondering if like he's afraid to go in the tub or what. Like I don't know.
I completely forgot. about
maybe.
this.
I
And
didn't
the
think
one where
about that.
she's like floating in the.
Yeah, and she's
She's like
God,
literally
yeah.
floating on a tube or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. There's
Well, yeah, those
about
are like
those.
not dream sequences. I think they're just like representations of the events as he sees them. Like that's, I think, a subjective point of view memory.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah,
he's
so
greasy.
that so he hits at least, but no, I guess no sexual deviancy on his end.
I
Manipulation,
don't think
smug
so.
arrogance, overall patheticness. Looking at higher,
so
he hits 4 as
4 out of
well.
5.
pretty hard.
And
too.
then let's go on over to Emma Stone. Manipulation.
All right.
Yes.
yeah, that's her job.
I guess she's not really pathetic. She comes out on top. She's even in like
Yeah,
her
she
lowest
doesn't.
moment, she's kind of in control.
And
best
and
she
even when
can.
she's not, she gives an air of being in control,
Yeah.
which is like
So smug
true to that
arrogance,
kind of
though.
character.
I would say smug
arrogance,
arrogance for
absolutely.
sure.
Beyond that.
Manipulation.
Looking at Tyre. Well, I mean, not by choice, but she looks pretty fucked up in her
Yeah, I guess
makeshift gray outfit.
Yeah, that's like done to her though.
I know. I feel like I can't give it to her for that reason. But also,
Yeah.
she does also have one of those weirdo fucking face mask things that don't. Do you remember that?
Oh, the
very
red.
beginning?
Yeah, the red.
One of those.
Thing,
They used one of those on the Found Footage Festival, and it became like a running gag because it just shocks them, and they put them on their faces, and they're like, "Oh fuck! Ah fuck!" Like just these horrible fucking torture devices sold as
beauty.
beauty products.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe she doesn't hit enough.
Not pathetic.
Not Not
necessarily
sexual
looking attire,
deviancy.
not sexual deviancy. Yeah, that's three that she's not. So
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I know.
Lowest.
She's just like a fucking lizard manipulator person.
But anyways, we got a high list.
What about old Don? No, Don is pure.
Don, I feel bad for old Don, man.
Me too. God.
God damn, dude.
My boy's pure.
He's so like kind to Teddy too. He's like, I wish I could just undo everything that's been done to you. Like he's so nice.
I know. I
So
feel so
sad,
bad for
man.
him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got two pretty high ranking Cooters here, and Teddy and the cop Stavros. Lock him up. Throw away the key. We're just taking them both. We're not leaving one on the street. Can't do it. Cool.
All right.
I think we got to skip over what we've been watching. Sorry, librarian. We got a handful of voicemails we got to get to. So let's get to our Hotline Screams.
Hotline Scream.
If you guys are listening, would like to call and leave a voicemail for next week's show, hit us up at 904-638-3231. First up, we're hearing from Shaboy Miles. Let's hear what he's got to say.
What's up, guys? It's Miles. I was listening to last week's episode, and I think somebody asked about. I think that you guys like top 10 list is coming up here at the end of the month, and you're asking about kind of some maybe underseen movies that some people might have missed. So I was thinking about this, and I didn't see a lot of new releases in 2025. I had a lot of stuff going on where I could not make it out to the theater. So like a bunch of the big releases I didn't see. I did see some of the major ones, some that stood out to me. I mean, everybody loved Weapons, everybody loved Sinners, and from what I've seen, those are like the 1 and 2 from a lot of lists I've been seeing. And I would agree with that. Those are two of my favorite movies of the year. I really enjoyed The Ugly Stepsister too. But one I didn't see on some of the top 10 lists that I've seen so far. And this is on Bloody Disgusting's top 20 or whatever list that they did. I didn't see the Chainsaw Man movie that came out last year, which is crazy because they reviewed that and they gave it like a 4.5 or like a 5 out of 5. Like they reviewed it very highly, and they obviously considered it hard enough to review it on their website. But it didn't even make like the top 20 or whatever, which was weird. But that was actually my favorite movie last year. I actually went out and saw that twice. And I have zero time to go to the movies right now, and I somehow made it out twice to see that movie. But that was my number one movie for the year. There's some caveats with that. It is animated. It is Japanese, so it's anime. That's a barrier for some people. It's also not a self-contained story. It does tell a complete story arc with a beginning, middle, and end, but it is a part of a larger ongoing story, and it is the continuation of like a 12 episode, like season 1 of a TV show. So that might, put some people off of it. I think you can enjoy it without having seen the first season of the show. I mean, you might be a little confused with some of the lore and stuff, but like I said, it does tell a complete story. I don't know. Maybe you guys will review it in the future. Maybe somebody will force you guys to review it. We'll see, I guess, right? But yeah, that's one that I think people might kind of sleep on just because, like I said, it is a part of an ongoing story. It is an anime. But I enjoyed the shit out of it. That was my favorite movie of last year. But yeah, curious to see what you guys come up with, because I didn't see a lot of movies, so I'm looking at you guys to kind of recommend what I need to catch up on. But yeah, take care.
Oh boy.
All right.
Didn't know anything about it, but yeah, maybe we'll all be watching.
I've seen
it.
like images from it, but I've never watched it before.
Same.
So, and then yeah, we got a recommendation last week. I still got to check
Not
out.
ominous at all.
There's like 4 or 5 films for sure. I know I want to do my best to try to check out before our list comes up.
I've been trying to work through some, but like Hades 2 has been calling me, man.
I've also been going through just not horror, but just like some of the best films of last year. So
too good for horror now. So
I was going to talk about some of those and what you've been watching, but I guess I'll save that for next week.
Oh my god!
So sorry.
I want to be elevated, boys. I want you to think highly of me. Okay. I have refined taste in cinema.
So we're going to start a new sister podcast, Straight Refined.
Oh boy.
Straight, no chilling. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, thanks for calling in, Miles, and congratulations on landing a You Pick the Flick. Who knows what we'll be watching?
Who knows? No one has any idea.
Not ominous at all.
But yeah, we are going to, the last week of January, we are going to be doing our top 10 of 2025 episodes. So tune in for that, for some recommendations. We are going to hear from Alex next up. She called in twice, actually, but they're short little snippets, so we'll just go ahead and play them back to back, I guess, Randy, if you don't mind.
You got it, boss.
Hi, this is Alex, longtime listener, second-time caller. I just got caught up with some of the latest episodes, just listened to The Wolf of Snow Hollow, and thought I would call in to answer the prompt. So I don't have any huge plans this year, but my husband does. He's actually releasing his movie. He just dropped the trailer a couple days ago. If you want to look it up and give it a view, that would be awesome. It's called The Drifter, and his YouTube name is Nick Giannetti, so NickGiannetti. It's like an alien movie. I'm in it also, which is cool. But yeah, he's been working on it for over 10 years. So before we even met, he was working on it. So it's been a long journey, but hopefully wrapping up this year. So yeah, we love listening to you guys. And if you gave it a watch, we'd really appreciate it. Thanks, and keep chilling.
Okay, part 2. Here we go.
Hi, it's Alex again. So I'm the worst marketing person ever. So if you want to look at the trailer, it's called Drifter Trailer 4K at Nick Giannetti. I realize there's a lot on there, so this kind of narrows it down. Anyway, thanks. Bye.
I don't know if you're the worst marketing person in the world.
Yeah.
You found a pretty good way to market this thing.
Oh, that's crazy, because I actually saw that movie and didn't think it was very good. The acting particularly stood out as being really bad for me.
My pockets felt really light afterwards. I don't know. Maybe if they were heavier, I'd feel a little happier about it.
I'm just fucking around.
You got that sneak peek over in Korea.
I got a sneak preview, and I just no, it was just
oh man, I don't feel any wealthier. No, that's cool, man. That's
that's
fucking
great.
Time to be working on anything.
Congratulations!
We know that.
Putting in the time. Yeah, putting in the time.
I think it's safe to say his 10 years were better spent than ours, probably.
Randy.
I don't know. From what I saw, not just.
All right, awesome.
No,
that's awesome. Yeah, congratulations.
4K.
Releasing your own movie is an amazing feat,
huge accomplishment. Yeah. Well done, both of you, for sure. And Happy New Year to you. Hopefully the release goes well. Last but not least, we are going to hear from ya boy Midnight Mike. Let's hear what he's got to say.
What's up, boys? It's Midnight Mike. I'm calling in early. Usually calling like Sunday night or Monday, and I'm like, I wonder if it's gonna make it. But New Year, new you. Happy New Year, all that crap. Also, I don't know why I just never got on the Patreon, because there is pure gold behind that paywall, man. You guys, it's great. I love it. I think the prompt last week was things you missed in 2025, and this morning I watched Cooter, and I'm pretty sure you guys barely even talked about that, but I mean, it did come out November, but goddamn, it was a good movie. I mean, Oz, he's got a wide range. I mean, Longlegs it was fine. I enjoyed it. The monkey was fun, and then he makes this, and it's just like, goddamn. So hopefully, maybe you guys will make a mini cast or maybe a full cast, but yeah. All right. Talk to you later.
Thanks for
What was
calling
the
in,
first thing that
Mid-Evening
he
Mike.
said?
He was shouting out the Patreon.
No. The first film that he mentioned. I heard the monkey.
Oh, he just mentioned Keeper.
Oh, Keeper?
Keeper.
I heard something else too. I was like, it was like
Yeah,
a
I was
Laurel and Yanni
confused.
situation where like
Yeah.
the sound wasn't quite right, but Keeper because it's Oz Perkins.
Keeper.
He was listening to
Gotcha.
Oz
Oz Perkins. I haven't seen that yet.
It's on my list.
It's I think it's like one of those $20 digital rentals right now, which is the main reason I haven't, because I just to rent something for $20 is nuts to me.
Pirate's Life for me, baby.
Agreed.
Well, yeah, if you find it. Yeah, I don't know that I'm like an Oz Perkins guy either, though. If I'm being totally honest, like most of his movies, I don't love. So
Yeah, we mentioned that before.
I don't know.
I like him. I don't know about Love.
Might be able to squeeze that one in though.
He's like a solid medium kind of for me.
I feel like it can like the thing that I'm interested though because I don't feel like I don't have a complete understanding of like who he is as a filmmaker, so I feel like he has a real chance to surprise me. Like, still, you know what I mean?
He might be the ultimate medium to loose director.
Well, but Longlegs and The Monkey they're pretty different kinds of movies.
But he also made that Black Coat's Daughter, I think.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, that's also pretty.
Which is also it's different, but they're all like none of them I love.
Mm-hmm.
Gretel and Hansel is still my favorite that he's done.
Yeah, most of them I have problems with. I haven't seen that either. So
pretty good.
I got beef with these movies.
Beef ass. Good.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for showing us love on Patreon. I'm really glad you're enjoying all the bonus content on there, man. There's a lot on there.
There is a lot.
It's like
thanks, Mid-Evening Mike. Appreciate
episodes or something. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, maybe we'll be able to.
By the way, there's a lot.
There's if you didn't know, there's a lot on there.
Almost 200, I hear. That's quite a lot.
Well, yeah, we'll hit 200 bonus episodes this year for sure.
That's a few.
Oh yeah,
Randy's done a few. That's.
I said it before, but I mean, once this podcast wrapped up, we'll just start dropping those each week. We'll just be releasing the Patreon to the wild, and then we'll just keep going. That would last.
All you gotta do is get somebody to react, do a react channel, and that's all.
Just one of us is not going to be able to let go of the podcast, and we're going to do reactions to our old episodes.
That was a good one from me.
Still with me, right, chilling crew? Your boy So too, right? Am I right?
Hold on, I got to shit in a bucket.
all my gags, but totally alone.
Hold on, this is my favorite part. Shut up, everyone else that's not here.
Bob's Blues, am I right? He's still buying them, I bet, out there.
I gotta do the audit this year.
This joke just collapsed on itself because we definitely still make jokes that are over 20 years old at this point.
Yeah.
So
but we're together, boys. That's what matters. We're together.
We
got the old 10, you know? We got the old 10.
We got damn, Randy. Thanks for signing up on Patreon, man. Yeah, we might be able to do a mini cast on Keeper if one of us ends up seeing it within the next couple weeks. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got a mini cast due. I think I'm due. So I gotta get in
not
there.
Me. I'm good for another 3 years.
I hope somebody does one because we really need
I have it on my list to do. I just gotta watch something.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll
get it.
I would knock another one out. I gotta find something good to watch though.
Me too, yeah.
That's all we got for the voicemails. Again, if you guys want to call in and leave a voicemail for next week, hit me up at 904-638-3231. I was going to throw the question out, the prompt out there for next week.
Whoa, Nos didn't call?
That motherfucker.
Our biggest fan?
Seems
is
like
this like his
We had
first
no
call?
calls last week.
Oh.
This is not...
Did we have no calls? I don't remember, honestly.
We had a guest. I couldn't. Yeah, it threw me off.
I'm pretty sure it was last. We had no calls recently.
You might be right. I can't remember. Sounds like he's our
boy's got to
smallest
sleep
fan.
sometime.
Damn. Maybe his
they
maybe the
hibernate
end
over there.
maybe the end of the year his card ran out of his international card that he
maybe.
bought. Can't be making those $20 calls anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was going to throw the prompt out for next week. What horror movies dropping in 2026 are you most looking forward to? What are you excited about?
I forgot. What is next week?
Next week, we're talking about 28 years later, the Boner Temple.
Oh, my
The
lord.
Boner Temple.
Yeah, I don't. You know what though? There was like talking about 2026. It looked like this might be a banger year. Potentially,
There's
you
a
never
lot.
know how things are going to
Copenhagen's
shape up.
looking
But
pretty good.
there was a lot of things that I was like, whoa, you know.
What was the one that somebody posted a trailer of that like surprised me that I
McCarthy,
was-
the Mummy,
The Mummy.
The Mummy,
looked,
yeah. I was like,
yeah.
wow. Like, I don't know, that well has been so poisoned for so long at this point for me.
Yeah, I would love to have a really great new Mummy film. That would be
That
awesome.
teaser looks
We were
good.
also
I don't want to see anything else though. Like that's enough. No more.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
For
For sure.
Werewolf.
I mean, it runs the chance of, it runs the risk of being another Wolfman situation from this year.
Yeah, I
but,
mean, McCarthy has made great stuff so far. So I can't remember the name. You mentioned it, Bob, but what was it?
Wait, who? What are you talking
Hokum?
about?
Or no, Randy did Hokum. Yeah,
Oh, Hokum. Yeah. Hokum.
Yeah.
should be interesting.
maybe I'll get him back on. I did an interview with him. Maybe we'll do
He's your
another
boy.
one. I know. I'm calling him.
Randy.
I'm texting him right now.
I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I don't
Randy,
wanna
your
bother him
boy,
right now.
Milk and Cereal. He's got his feature Obsession coming out.
Whoa.
Which
I didn't know that, actually.
The
apparently-
Backrooms film is coming out. That might be interesting.
Yeah.
I'll check that shit out for sure.
I'm
easy
curious
mark
to
for
see
that
what
sort
that
of
looks like.
Bobby Eggs has a new one. Christmas Day again.
Okay.
Werewolf.
Okay. Oh, where?
Bobby
oh, yeah. Okay.
Eggs?
That's
Robert
it.
Eggers. Robert Eggers.
Robert
Okay, I
Eggers.
was not making a
At
connection.
first, yeah.
It's just like
On
style
Christmas
tone sound
Day.
in my head. there
Did
for a minute.
did Nosferatu also come out on Christmas Day? I think
did.
so, right?
It did.
It did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a new.
But I
Evil
gotta
Dead.
watch Avengers though. Shit.
Does that come out on
Oh.
Christmas too?
I think so.
Dude, I can't
Oh,
deal
man.
with. I haven't even seen
What'll
the trailer.
Robert Downey Jr. do
I know,
without another
It's just the
paycheck from
same
us?
fucking cast. I can't fucking deal with it.
There's a movie
God.
called Iron Lung coming out. What's this about?
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
another Iron Man spinoff, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Ready or Not Deuce.
Yeah. Scream 7.
Scream 7.
Evil Dead Rise.
The Strangers 3.
Evil Dead Burn.
Thank you.
Evil Dead Burn. Yeah, not right.
Dude, I completely forgot that Chapter 2 come out. Did that just exist
Oh,
in
nobody
theaters?
wanted to notice
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I'm
Nobody
sure. We
wanted to.
never said anything about it, and it completely glossed over that it came
Pretty sure I
out.
saw some review of it, and it was like
Oh,
bottom of the
man.
barrel
Yeah.
shit. Like I couldn't
man.
believe. I somehow I think it's a worse movie than the first one.
I think it
Somehow.
it seems like
Somehow.
exactly what we kind of anticipated, where it's like they
Yeah.
took basically one movie and just kind of stretched it out into three bad
and added
movies.
the worst
And explained
absolute
everything.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is an explanation in that
Oh,
movie. Is my
God.
understanding.
Yes,
What is this?
there is. Yes, I remember
Thus
the
defeating
end now.
The fucking
I-
point.
I don't want to spoil it, but it fucking sucks. I haven't seen it,
Oh,
just
no.
heard what it is. It's bad.
No. There's a movie called Killer Whale out. I wonder if that's a remake of Orca right there.
Orca.
The sequel, the long-awaited, maybe it's a legacy sequel.
God, I
so.
hope
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
Other
God,
mommy?
yes.
What is this?
Ooh, sounds
Oh,
kinky.
Rob Savage. Whoa.
Oh God, fuck that dude.
I don't remember who that is.
Oh, Duplass is in it.
Oh, Mark Duplass.
Oh no, it's
Oh.
not Mark Duplass. It's Jay Duplass.
Oh, his brother, the
Yeah.
other Duplass.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, he did the that fucking terrible dash cam movie that I hate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he also did host.
He did host.
He did.
Which is the only.
So he's 1-1 in my
Passable.
book.
Well, no, he
He
did
did-
3. You always forget he did 3, and it's terrible as well.
What is it?
What is that? I don't
It's
think he
the
did on his
Boogeyman,
Wikipedia.
right?
Is it? Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Losing record. That's fine.
They don't have his films on his Wikipedia though. That's weird.
Clayface is apparently a horror. The Clayface
Oh
movie.
yeah, that could
from
be
DC.
interesting.
I'm
Yeah, it
a
was
little
the
interested
Boogeyman.
in a hard horror superhero movie in the universe.
What was it?
Clayface.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It
That'll
was
be
written
interesting.
by fucking.
We're basically doing part of our top 10 of the year episode right now.
yeah, we really are, aren't we? Fuck. Fucking
let's
A.
just let's
We'll
go
wrap
ahead
it
and
up.
rein this in.
Written by Mike Flanagan, by the way. I couldn't come up with that.
Right, just Bob, copy and paste this.
right,
Just
yeah, we'll
cut this out of here.
You know.
Post production it. You know,
Oh, I'll
Post
fix it in post.
Bob, fix it in post. It'll
All
be a
right.
quick, quick thing.
Call in.
Apologize.
What are you looking forward to? 904-638-3231. We're talking 28 boners later. The Temple
God.
of Doom next
How
week.
old are we?
It's in theaters. Check it out. Get ready for next week's show. We're on all the socials. Straight Chilling Podcast. Hit us up. And until next week, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.
Yep, that's just the kind of prick I am.